This is Rudkowski of Censored here in Cusco, Peru, and with fear and paranoia at an all-time high in the West, we're seeing a record number of threats. Terror alerts have been risen, and entire cities are on lockdown. And with all of this happening, I got a very interesting message 3 days ago from someone in France telling me that my website, wearechange.org, has been completely blocked in Paris. Now, of course, I thought this was a coincidence. I thought this might have been a problem on that one person's end. But then the second day, I got a message from 5 different people in France telling me that wearechange.org has been completely blocked. I went on Facebook and I asked people to confirm this. Can anyone please tell me if they could even access wearechange.org in France? And over 20 people now have confirmed the fact that our website is completely blocked in France. Now, obviously, this is no surprise. We've been doing a lot of hard-hitting reporting when it came to the Paris terrorist attacks. We were there at the airport when flights were grounded, telling you that this was ISIS. I stood up for like 20 hours investigating this. We did another investigative piece telling you how the French government had actual intelligence in their hand, how they were doing drills, knowing that these attacks were going to happen. We did another investigative piece telling you all the strange coincidences surrounding the Paris terrorist attacks, but never did we make any claim. We gave you the evidence and we let you decide with facts, sources, and documents and reporting that were happening on the ground as it was happening. Obviously, this is a huge issue for us, so I took a look at all the changing laws that are happening right now in France because of the Paris attack. And if you look, there's an actual plan to censor the internet, with the Minister of Interior having the full power to shut down any website he wants when he wants to. The state of emergency has been expanded for 3 months, even though by law it is only allowed for 12 days. This is creating an erosion of civil liberties in France, specifically with police now being allowed to search any electronic device. They have full internet censorship, with the government being able to censor any website that they want, and there's no longer any freedom of association. But as long as they're still not fully censored and people could still use VPNs, we're going to still keep speaking the truth. And I wanted to bring to your attention this new important leaked Department of Defense document that proves that the United States purposely allowed ISIS to take hold of Syria. We have been reporting on these documents for a very long time, over 2 years now, and just before the Paris terrorist attacks, the Department of Justice in the United States has said that their main target won't be ISIS anymore, but U.S. anti-government groups. Now, if you consider me reporting on leaked government documents anti-government, then yes, this is exactly who they're speaking about, and they said they're going to send all their resources investigating and persecuting anti-government groups instead of the actual terrorist ISIS. If this whole war on terror couldn't be more clear to you, let me give you more information. Now, Putin at the G20 recently made a statement calling out the G20 countries for supporting ISIS by buying their illegal oil. We have Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and many other G20 countries that have been financing ISIS by buying their oil. As soon as Putin's speech was over, the United States made a declaration and said that they would bomb these oil tankers that are going across the Syrian border into Turkey and transferring oil, funding their operation. But before the United States actually decided to bomb these oil trucks, they actually sent out leaflets. The U.S. government dropped leaflets on ISIS territory, giving them a 45-minute warning saying that they're going to be bombing their oil trucks. This is like, if the whole, You can't make this stuff up about how insane the U.S. government policy has been towards ISIS. And to make things worse, PBS in the United States actually used footage from Russian bombers who actually did bomb those oil trucks, and they said that it was the American fighter jets, when it wasn't. You would think reporting on facts and telling you important information wouldn't get you censored, wouldn't get you put on a government watch list, but it is. And that's not how it should be if you want a fair and honest, true, real society. But even Congress people on our side, there's a congresswoman that actually introduced the bill to stop the illegal war on Assad and to stop the CIA operation funding radical Islamic terrorists, including ISIS. The information is here for you. It is all out there. Now, this whole war on terror is a war on the truth. It's a war on you. The West needed ISIS to rise in order to pass all these laws, in order to have all these horrible incidences, so they could get more power and control and shut anybody down who's questioning their authority. Obviously, we're here on the front lines, and we only are because of you. It's your eyes, it's your ears that are actually allowing us to do this. Without your support, without you checking out wearechange.org restored. Without you donating monthly, we would not be here. We have no corporate sponsors. We have no government funding like other media organizations. We only have you, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. For the people in France, use a VPN. Check out wearechange.org and check out all the important information that's being denied to you, because the truth is the truth and nothing shall stop it. Get this information out, because if you don't, no one will.
What will you do if you're the king of an empire and you rely on the slavery of your people to keep you rich and powerful? But you see your people waking up and starting to show dissent. What would you do if you wanted to stay in power? You would sure hope that they forget about it. You would want to destroy